So the robot that we've got here is called the Cori, and it's just a tool for doing knee replacements. The advantage of it is it gets a lot more accurate result, so you can put the components in where you want them every time very reliably. And if you can get it right every time in terms of where the components go, the patient's likely to have a better outcome. When we first found out we were going to get a robot at this hospital, the nursing staff were very disappointed because it doesn't look like something you see out of Star Wars. But it still works with the principles of robotics in that I don't have to control part of the operation. Part of the operation it can do better than me, so it controls that. Most of the operation I can do better, so I do that. So the way it works generally is that you've got a computer and a camera, and the first thing we have to do is give the computer an idea of what the knee looks like. So the first thing we do is we put some trackers on the knee that will detect the movement, and we can map the knee so that we can give it an idea of the shape of the knee and the position of the knee and how it works. Once we do that, we can test the ligaments so that we can get a really good idea of how the ligaments work. And when the computer's got that idea, we can then adjust the plan for the surgery to tell it where we want to put the components. And then, in terms of putting them in, this is a really clever little machine. And there's a burr that it comes on the end of this that will go in and out, and it'll only go out in order to cut when there's bone that needs to be removed according to the plan. So you can't put it in the wrong spot as long as you take all the bone away, which the computer tells you if you've done it or not. You can't put it in the wrong spot. It'll put it in the right spot every time as long as you get the plan right. If you put the components in the wrong spot, the patients could have a bad outcome because the alignment of the limb might be abnormal, or the tension might be abnormal, or the ligaments might not work properly. So part of it is us getting the plan right, but the other part is being able to execute that plan. And this unit will deliver both. Previously, before we had navigation and computers and robots, we would have to do it all by eye and by jigs that we'd put on and work out roughly where we want to put it. And of course, if you can do something more precisely, you're more likely to get it right. So it's very common to have robotic knee equipment in a lot of the private hospitals. There probably isn't a private hospital in Victoria that doesn't have access to a robot of some type. In the public system, it's not that common. In the larger places such as Dandenong and the Austin, there are robots for knee replacements particularly. I'm not aware of any that are in any of the smaller centres in all the regional centres in the public systems.